Well, hey, I am so thrilled to be live with you today. Welcome to the Christel Crawford Show. I'm Christel Crawford, and you are with me here in my kitchen in really snowy London, Ontario. Hi, Paula. So that's my view. This is our first snow of the season. Sorry, I'm like pressing buttons on the screen. Good morning. Hi. I'm trying to get oh, there we go. Better. So welcome, you guys. How's it going? I normally do my show on Mondays at 3 o'clock Eastern, but I was 100% sure, well, you know, as sure as you can ever be about things that always change. Hey. Hi, Michael. Hi, Heather. Hi, Lydia. That I was going to be in the air today. So I was going to reschedule it for tomorrow, but I was just going to tell you about it on email, like, you know, late tonight. You know, the thing I love about following the energy, like I could not get myself to get to my computer to send you guys an email telling you about today's show. Well, it turns out because I can do it. I thought I wasn't going to be able to do this show, and I can. Hi, Reed. Hi, Susanna. Okay, so I called today's show a free money energy pull 2.0, and I love that you guys are all here with me live to do this again. So I have a video on YouTube right now that's got 20,000 views, and it's called a free money energy pull, and it's probably from 3 years ago, and I am so different and you are so different, and I wanted to redo it because I'm also starting a new series of energy pulls on Wednesday. So it's a convergence of all of the wonderful things. And so what I'm going to do is we're going to talk a little bit like I do, and then we are going to do an energy exercise, including a pull. Hi, Stefan. Hey. So if you guys want the whole thing, you're going to have to hang out with me for 30 minutes. It's going to be terrible. Cheers. All right. I want to start out this by saying that in real time, during this last 6 days, in the Awareness Challenge, which is a free group on Facebook that you can go join, where we take one Access Consciousness tool and we play with it, hi Allie, 30 times a day for 30 days. Well, I've been doing something a little different with this particular challenge. The challenge is actually doing it. It's not that the tools themselves are a challenge or any of that. It's that choosing to implement the tool 30 times a day for 30 days is the challenge. It's like, I don't know about you, but you know, getting me to do anything consistently for any length of time is always a challenge. And choosing to do something every day that's uncomfortable but changes my life, also a challenge. So that's why it's called the Awareness Challenge. But what these do, what any Access Consciousness tool does, is it clears out unconsciousness so that you can have access to consciousness. And the gift of having access to consciousness is that you can create anything. With total consciousness, all choice is available to you. So then in this last 30 days, we have been playing with the tool that goes like this. What energy, space, and consciousness can me and my body be to be a generator of continuous wealth, money, and abundance for all eternity? And everything that doesn't allow it, times a godzillion, I destroy and uncreate it all. Right, wrong, good, bad, pod, poc, all age, shorts, boys, and beyonds. So that crazy thing at the end is called the clearing statement, and you can go to theclearingstatement.com to get more info on it. But what you do is you say that out loud 30 times a day for 30 days. And hey, if you guys know, would you guys do me a huge favor and share this around so that your friends can join us if they want to? There's so many of you coming. I'm so excited. Yes, I see you. Hi, Shayna. Hi, Jamie. Hi, Roz. Hi, Teresa. So I've been showing up live in the Awareness Challenge group every single day, and I've been doing the 30 times live on Facebook with you guys, and it is fucking changing my life. And that is the thing about these tools, is when you actually use them, they change your life. And what I mean by that is it's only been 6 days, and there is so much awareness and ease and allowance and creativity showing up. And today, I was supposed to be on an airplane today, but Ontario decided to snow a lot. So there's like, here. So for those of you guys that are listening to this on some platform, I'm flipping the camera around just to show how much snow is happening right now. So yeah. So no flights, and so what was I saying that for? So anyway, I had a friend of mine drop me off at the airport, and then she picked me back up, and we had a chance to sort of muse on all of the awareness that's showing up out of this challenge. And this is very, well, it's a money challenge, right? It's a money clearing. And what we're asking with that clearing is, hey, what energy can I be? What space can I be? What consciousness can I be to be a generator of continuous money, of continuous wealth, of continuous abundance? So we're asking that 30 times a day for 30 days. Well, here's the thing about when you ask a question, when you truly ask, you're like, hey, what does it take for da-da-da-da-da? Hey, how does it get better than this? Hey, like, what else is possible that I haven't actually considered? The universe then contributes, hi, Stephen. The universe contributes the awareness of what you're asking for. So, amazing, right? Like amazing. The universe contributes the awareness. You get to choose new things. You've got more space and energy to choose new things. You get to... So anyway, I was musing on like all the different things that have changed. And one of the things that's occurring out of this, we've only been doing this 6 days, we have 30. One of the things that's been occurring with this clearing, what energy and space and consciousness can me and my body be to be a generator of continuous money, continuous wealth, and continuous abundance for all eternity. Hi, Catherine. This is one of the things that's showing up is nothing is going according to plan. Not one thing. I just had a 3-day stretch where literally every single thing that I had planned went completely awry. Now, that doesn't sound like an answer to prayer, right? If you were praying to Jesus and what showed up was like a train wreck, that doesn't seem like an answer. But what was so interesting about this entire weekend, from Friday to today, when my flight got canceled, there was a few things that were really interesting about this, and this is very relevant to money. I was able to, with total ease, just choose on my feet. We have that phrase in English where we say, think on your feet. It wasn't about thinking. I was able to choose on my feet. And what I'm talking about is like my plans got so dramatically readjusted that I had to basically, within a very short period of time, restock all of my daily toiletry supplies and clothes because I left a suitcase somewhere that I couldn't get access to for the 2 days. So on the fly, I had a short period, I had to figure out in a new country. I mean, I've been here before, but it's like been a while. I had to figure out where to go shopping and still get to dinner on time and get to this other thing. Like I had to navigate this whole situation. I had to spend about $1,500 more than I was planning on spending this weekend. I had to, there were so many things, Jesus Christ. I rented an Airbnb for the weekend. The heat was broken. It didn't work. Today I went to the airport. I was there on time. My flights got canceled. I mean, I'm not even kidding. Like every single goddamn thing, for the most part, that was scheduled to be ease. I like set myself up for ease this weekend, totally, from my point of view. But what I didn't get, or what I set myself up for ease from my point of view with the logistics. But hi, Claudia. But what ended up occurring, what ended up becoming available to me was a space of choice and creativity that I hadn't had access to before, with total ease. I think this weekend, even 2 weeks ago, if I had had a weekend like I just had, which there was so much magic in it, there was so much magic. If that had happened even 2 weeks ago, I would have been so stressed, and even me, with all these tools that I, spout on and on about, hey, John, I'd have been so stressed by the end of the day. But I've been doing this clearing. What energy, what space, what consciousness can me and my body be to be a generator of continuous money, continuous wealth, and continuous abundance for all eternity? So what's showing up is the energy, the space, and the consciousness that me and my body need to be a generator of continuous money, wealth, and abundance. So I was looking at that, and I'm like, And when you ask for something, nothing ever shows up the way you think it will, right? Ever. Not ever. Not ever. It never shows up the way you think. So here I am. Hey, Suzanne. Here I am, doing this thing, asking. I'm asking 30 times a day for 30 days. I'm asking. Hey, universe, what energy can I be? What space can I be? What consciousness can I be to be a generator of continuous money, wealth, and abundance for all eternity? Hey, universe, show me. Hey, universe, show me 30 times a day for 30 days. So what shows up? Total mayhem. What also shows up? An ability to choose and be and go on my feet and have the resources to take care of things with total ease. And creativity like I've never known it before. And ideas for creating more cash than I've ever had before. And new clothes that I've been asking for 6 months. And new makeup that I've been asking for almost 6 months. And I got to try new hair products that I've been curious about. And I got to get into conversations about consciousness and bars that I wouldn't have otherwise gotten into. I got to facilitate a class that was already set up, but I got to do that. I got to meet an Airbnb host in Toronto who just loved hosting me and changed her world. I got to have some time today with my friend Maxine, who drove me to and from the airport. We got to have this incredible conversation about awareness and money and all that. I got to spend more time with my partner, who was like, we're just enjoying each other so much. And so all of this wealth showed up in the middle of the train wreck of the plan. And this is what I was looking at today as I was driving from the airport, was this thing of, nothing ever shows up the way you think it's gonna go. And money and wealth and abundance aren't things, they're energies. They're spaces of being. When you go through the How to Become Money workbook, so How to Become Money workbook, that workbook is one of the most, I will talk about that tool to the day that I die. That is probably the most dynamic thing that's changed my financial reality. And one of the things that you get as you go through that workbook is that you are power. You are awareness. You are creativity. You are control. And you are money. That's the reality. So what the workbook suggests is that anytime you're functioning as less than that, which could be like any other time, really, except for when you're reading the workbook, anytime you're functioning as less than power and control and awareness and creativity and money, you're not functioning as you. And the space of you is where money comes from. That is, you are money. You are it. You are it. You are it. You are it. So when you judge yourself, when you are projecting and expecting results, when you go into decisions, judgments, conclusions, computations, when you go into thinking, emotions, feelings, all of those things take you out of being you. And you are money. So what was really funny about this weekend going completely awry is I got to actually be money all weekend. And it wasn't hard and I didn't have to effort, but I was so present and so aware. It was so crazy. Like, I'm not blowing my own horn here because here's the thing, I didn't mean to. It was just available to choose. Hi, Jillian. Hi, Sharon. It was just available to choose. And this is why I keep doing money classes, and this is why this is the why of continuing to play with these money tools, because every single time we do a set of energy pulls where I always pull tools into it, new tools, new awarenesses, because there is always new space to get access to. Hi, Helen. There's always new energies to get access to. There's always new possibilities. There's always new consciousness to get access to for you, which means your life's just going to get greater. The only way your life could not get greater with the Access Consciousness tools is if you don't use them. That's it. If you actually use them and you become them. Everything will change. So, while we're talking here, what I want you to become aware of, what I want you to just tap into, wherever you are. on a train, in your living room, in your bed, I want you to right now just become aware of, put your attention on all of the money and the cash and the resources and the abundance and the wealth that's available to you. Now, if all you can perceive at this moment seems to be outside of you, I want you to become aware of it with your body. And I want you to notice the sensations on your skin, in your skin. And put your attention on every single pore, like every single pore on the front side of your body, all the way up. Every single pore on the back side of your body. Every single pore on the bottoms of your feet, on your neck, on the tops of your head, the tops of your head, on your hands. You and your body your body is a receiver of awareness, of energies, of consciousness, of space. Your body perceives all of it, receives all of it. It has abilities with it. And if you're willing to be with it, because this is part 2 of my story about the weekend, it will lead you to everything that you're asking for, to money. Now, the first place we cut off this gift that is our body that will lead us to where it is we think we want to go is when we judge anything. So judgment cuts off your ability to be aware. And this part 2 of this whole weekend train wreck of a beautiful weekend is that I realized as I was driving home today from the airport, this was part 2 of my epiphanies, that there was so much going on, so many things that I had to figure out or change or create, that I had to ask my body. Here's what's super interesting about that. And I'll tell you more about what I mean by that. I had to ask my body, well, your body is the only part of you that needs money. You're a being with a body. It's everything that you do in regards to money is about your body. A roof over your head, clothes, makeup, showering, sex, food, everything in regards to money is about your body. So if you are disembodied, if you are out of touch and not communicating with your body, you can't possibly lead yourself to money because your body's the one that has a point of view about it in the first place. So during this weekend, I had so much going on and I could feel myself going into thinking, and thinking doesn't get you there. So there was too many factors to think through, thank God. Because then I had to ask my body, okay, body, what's next? What do we require next? Because I was trying to figure it out and going into, And instantly when I asked my body, I got an awareness of what was next and where we could go next, where we could drive next. It was a very, very juggly weekend. And then we would get to that place and I'd ask my body, okay, well, this is a huge place, body, where do we go now? And then we got to the place where we went now, and then we walked inside and I'm like, okay, now where am I walking, body? Because I got that my body doesn't think. My being makes my brain think. So my body was going to lead me to wherever it wanted to go to have what it wanted to have for a comfortable weekend without one's own suitcase, right? My body's like, it does not work for me that we don't have our suitcase. Christel, you have to take me to get more stuff. I'm like, okay, well, you tell me where to go. And listen, guys, this is something that I never in a million years would have thought I'd ever be talking about, because I would hear people talking about being embodied and asking their body, and but I realized today that I do this way, way, way more than I thought I did, and this is the way to lead yourself to money, Body. So one of the things that Shannon O'Hara talked about, one of the questions she's given is when you require money, like ask your body, hey body, will you show me how to create this? Like, will you contribute to this being created? And so as I was having all this money float out this weekend, money that I wasn't expecting to spend, I just said, hey body, will you help me create like 10 times this? Yes. Hey, all the beings around me that know anything about money that would contribute to this, will you contribute to this money showing up? Yes. All the money that's waiting to come into my world, will you show up? Yes. Okay, cool. So when you ask, you receive. So my only job is to really pay attention and choose. To pay attention and choose, to pay attention and choose, to pay attention and choose. That's the job of you in regards to money. So everything that doesn't allow you to be, know, perceive, and receive what your job truly is with money, will you destroy and uncreate that? Right, wrong, good, bad, pot, balk, online, shorts, boys, and beyonds. So again, as we're talking, just put your attention on, again, if you haven't already, like all of the possibilities for the creation of money that are everywhere around you and in you. What energy, space, and consciousness can you and your body be to be a generator of continuous money, wealth, and abundance for all eternity? And everything that doesn't allow it, times a godzillion, will you destroy and uncreate it all? Right, wrong, good, bad, pot, balk, all nine shorts, boys, and beyonds. What possibilities are available to you that you don't think are available, that if you would allow them to be available, would actualize as a totally different financial reality? And everything that doesn't allow that, will you destroy and uncreate that? Right, wrong, good, bad, pot, balk, all nine shorts, boys, and beyonds. And while we're doing this, tag a friend that you know needs this conversation. So pulling energy is something that you can just be all the time. It's also one of those tools that Gary Douglas says to just do. When you want to create something, pull energy for it. If you want bodies in classes, get the energy of what it would be like to have 100 people in your classes and pull energy into that. I'm going to start that. I'm going to create a new set of pulls. I do. So, right, I'm just sorry, like I'm creating as we're talking. This is being money, by the way. I do have a new set of pulls starting on Wednesday. So if you want to do this daily with me, come. The link is above my head. So everything is made of energy. Stardust and epic shit. Thank you so much. Will you begin to allow your reality with money to be ease? Needless, effortless. Now that may take some practice, especially if you have efforted most of your existence. But would you be willing to begin making the demand that that's what show up? What would you, and this is what we're going to begin to build in front of us, this ball of energy in front of us, what would you like your financial reality to be like? My financial reality is that anytime I require money, it's available. This is actually my financial reality. This is very funny. That I have ease with choosing any size of project, any scope of thing, without exception, regardless of how much it costs. I'm willing to choose it. That's what's my financial reality. This is what I'm going to pull energy into. My financial reality is that 1 million people on the planet know these tools. Beyond that, that's crazy. 100 million. My financial reality is that my past expenditures, my debt is non-existent, and I use it to leverage things. My financial reality is money coming in all the time, so much that I forget where it's coming from. So this is what you want to start building in front of you. What do you want your financial reality to be like? What do you want the space and the energy and the consciousness of you to be like? What do you want your experience to be like in regards to money? What is it now and what would you like it to be? Do you wake up in the morning with worry and need and guilt and blame and shame and all that crazy shit? What would you like to have as your reality? Put that in front of you. What is the world you'd like to live in? And now what you want to do is you want to push down all your barriers, which is not a thinking thing. Just push those down inside. And you want to pull energy from all over the universe through that ball through you. Pull harder, pull more, and you don't have to know how to do this. As soon as you request the energy to pull, it pulls. That's the ease and the elegance of the universe that we live in. And the ease and the elegance with which you create. So keep pulling from all over the universe through every pore on the front side of your body and every pore on the back side of your body, every pore on the sides of your body, every pore from your feet, every pore on your head. Include the earth. Pull in all of the riches and the magnitude and the wealth and the abundance and the incredible gift that is the earth. And as you're pulling, I want you to also pull through all the beings without bodies of consciousness, of light, that support you, that support consciousness. Pull in with them as well. What would you have to be willing to be? What amount of money would you have to be willing to be for the world to change? The amount of money you have to be willing to be for your world to change is pretty small. What would you have to be willing to be for the world to change? Keep pulling. What energy and space and consciousness can you and your body be to be a generator of continuous money, continuous wealth, and continuous abundance for all eternity? And everything that doesn't allow it, times a godzillion, right, wrong, good, bad, pot, pock, all land, shorts, boys, and beyonds. Notice any sensations on your skin. Notice if it changes, gets greater. Play with it. If you don't feel anything, play with pulling harder. If you don't get it, just let go of your brain. It's okay. Can't fuck this up. And now you're just going to reverse the flow. We've been pulling in. Now we're going to float out, flood out, trickles, or a tsunami. To every single being, every single person, every single thing that's going to contribute to this being your reality on planet Earth. You're just going to let them know energetically that you're here. You don't know what it's going to take for this to show up. None of us do. We know, but we don't know. So the universe gets to surprise us. We get to go on the adventure of living. And cultivate knowing, and cultivate trust in ourselves, and cultivate vulnerability with us. And we get to cultivate gratitude and honoring of us so that we can be what it is going to take for our lives to change and for the world to change. You are deeply and warmly invited into 30 full days of this. And you know I can't keep my mouth shut. So it'll be a 10-minute energy pull and a little mini class every morning with me, right after we do the awareness challenge, which is 30 times of what energy, space, and consciousness can be in my body be to be a generator of continuous wealth, money, and abundance for all eternity. So join me for that. Join me for the energy pull right after, if you'd like. What would your life be like if you were willing to be the energetic creator that you are? Even more, and more, and more, and more. You are the gift the world has been waiting for. And you don't have to believe that. You just have to choose to be it. I'm so grateful for you. I can't even tell you. And if you would do me the honor of sharing this, if you got anything out of it, I'd be so grateful again. And if I don't see you on the energy polls this time, hopefully I get to see you around the world or somewhere else in person soon. Bye for now.